Okay, so I want to talk about something that I am authorized to talk about, and that's business. And this is Miguel Angel Carvalho. And I was with Hernan Ray, and in the background there, you're going to see Jose Campra, Matias, and Salamo, and Wani Vila. And this was sponsored by RNA at the Argentina Summit not too long ago. But there are three criteria under which businesses make their purchasing decisions, and the same for consumers as to which golf pro they're going to go visit. Number one is the wall factor. So let's take a look at this. We've got 3D on the right. This is a markerless 3D, and we look at it from any angle. And we've got 2D on the left. You can run the center of mass on the lower left-hand corner, and on the lower right, I'll put the center of pressure. And we can include vertical forces in this. This is all Jake Thurman and I really like using this because we use center of mass, center of pressure, and vertical forces. And it was really cool to see Miguel there. He's had a great year, and he's using linear trace. So Kelly Murray, linear trace, all the great players that I know of, they all use a linear trace. And I was watching Rose hit a couple drives today at the BMW. He wasn't getting into the air. I mean, this is just, it's irritating to hear the word jump and vertical thrust and all that stuff because it's just a resultant force. But aside from that, look at a couple of things. The wow factor, stay on point, Terry. The criteria which your members are going to be looking for new lessons. The wow factor. Does it give you a technology advantage? Yes, number two. It certainly does, because now you can see the center of mass, center of pressure. Number three, does it work? Yes, it actually works. You've got a reliability front feature here. 5 years been working BodiTrak now, 5 and a little bit, and Swinguru has really come on strong here and really developed some amazing software just using a connect bar. Now let me just say something to you here that I'm trying to say this in such a way that I don't offend anybody, which is hard, as Jake Dunn likes to say to me. I specialize in sometimes irritating people. But the truth is, what's the job of a research, which is research? So on the left, top left, I'm going to show rotations just to show you what we can do as well. A researcher never gets to any conclusion, or very rarely. If they're funded, usually by universities or states or governments of some sort, and they don't, their job is not to get to conclusions, but to get to an understanding of the problem and prescribe, maybe some solutions, some possible suggestions for new paths so they can continue on the research. But it's endless. You don't have the luxury of that as being a golf pro. And if you want to call yourself a scientist, I'm not a scientist. I'm certainly not a scientist. I'm just a businessman that wants to learn how to use technology in sports more effectively, in this case, golf. So, very reluctant. If you want to call a scientist, go see Art Maffei or go see Sasha or go see Mike Duffy or go see guys like that, because those are real scientists. Those guys, that's what they do. They research, by the way. They're not paid to get to anything overly conclusive. I'm not saying they don't get to conclusions, but they'll help you get there. But they're not paid to give you definitive results. You have to get that on your own, and the only way to have definitive results is if you can maintain a good business. And to do that, you're going to need to use the best tools at the best price. And I'm going to tell you something, no matter what anybody says to you, we have them. And there are three criteria that the psychologists that I've worked with over the years have developed to help us train our salesmen is that there are three factors under which you must always consider when making a business decision. Wall factor. Does it give your company or you personally a technology advantage? And does it actually work? On top left-hand corner, you're going to see all the metrics that are available to you here. You don't even have to know the tour averages, but you can just refer to them as you scroll down over them. And you can move that little 3D guy any way you want. And then if you're tired and you want to figure out who you were looking at, you can look at it in 2D. And if it's too much information for your customer, you can go scale it down to 3 screens or 2 screens or even just 1 screen. But, I mean, it's really simple. Pressure mapping with 3D, Swinguru, vertical forces, everything. It's all there. And you know what, guys? We're not scientists. I'm a business guy, and most of my friends are golf pros. Have a great day.